Your tanks will have specialized fittings so that it becomes very difficult to mix and match. And your gauges should be, yep. So your gauges are still marked oxygen. So this should be your oxidizer. Usually they will be gray or green, and your acetylene should be red or black. I've seen them black too, but get some of that off of there so we're not. I can't remember which tanks are reverse threaded, which is another fun one that makes it interesting.
That's always a good time.
Now, gonna go not quite. Should we go for that one? Nope. We'll grab the other one.
Everyone does love the maintenance videos. They're always a big hit. I didn't realize how hungry I was until I smelled the pizza on the way in. I'm like, no. Actually, yeah, I am hungry. Come to think of it.
Well, that's the rule.
Thank you.
This is a Scottish, Irish, German, Italian household. Nobody goes away hungry. Just snug them up.
Cook them with gas.
And that one's.
Your BFW?
Yeah.
Big fucking Ryan.
That's the guy.
That was him. He's the one.
And that one's.
It came with the striker and pieces of metal, and I'm way ahead.
This is the universal wrench.
Oh.
If this wrench doesn't fit it,
Oh, yeah.
then
You got some real problems.
So, the next thing I like to do is to get the hose off. What I want to do is just kind of want to look at the hose. What I'm really looking for is any cracks, anything I can see through, because there's usually a kind of a nylon or polyester webbing inside. And you can, if you look closely, you can see the pattern underneath the rubberized coating.
Yeah.
And what I want to make sure is I don't see any of that, because that would be most likely a leak. And that would be most likely a visit from the local fire department.
Yeah, we don't want to bother them. They got enough to do.
Yep, I've got plenty of fire extinguishers around the house. It's the old joke, the ambulance guys, the medics never wanted to have to call for a medic. The fire guys never wanted to have to call for a fire department. Alright, so there's that.
Yeah, looks like an older school one.
So closing those. So normally your acetylene gas burns. Okay, the oxygen doesn't burn; it just promotes the better fire.
Gotcha. Remote's burning.
So the idea is that you would open up your acetylene first and get it going. And then you would use the oxygen to adjust. And then this is a cutting head. So this will heat up, and then when you hit this, it blasts extra oxygen in so that you get the cutting flame.
Oh, okay. So it's not the welding.
No, this would not be the
for.
welding tip. And that's the idea behind this. This is your primary valve set. So you have acetylene and oxygen. And they're labeled here for you. And then you would unscrew this and you would put other tips on. You don't have any other tips with this, but they make specialized tips. They make tips that are rosebud tips. They open up. And they're made to heat up. They'd be perfect for working the fender.
Oh, okay.
They'll put fire and heat into a wider area.
Okay. The cone of fire.
Exactly. Then you have each of the smaller tips that are just a single tip. That way you can get different size. That's where you do your welding through that.
Okay.
So this is all welding rod that they were using. And so the idea to use this for welding, you would use that tip. You would start heating up the metal until you started to see a puddle form. And this is a filler rod. So all you're doing is, as you're moving your puddle, you're putting a little bit of filler material in from that rod. So this is the predecessor to the electric welding.
The MIG.
Right.
Okay.
So the MIG is using an electric arc to melt and to fuse the metal together. So your filler rod plus your pieces that you're trying to get to form into a single piece. In this case, you're using straight fire. You're just using the heat. So it takes a little longer to get it started, but this can be much more, this can be much finer depending upon the tips you have and the skill set. This would also be what you would use, not this tip, but you would use a set like this for brazing, for silver soldering, things like that, because then you can heat up a very limited area, get the heat to where the material is,
and then introduce it to
right, and then you would draw the material in. So
right on. He said he had no idea if there's any gas in there. Probably not.
We'll find out here in a minute. So that's got some oxygen in it. So now the next question is, did he give you a wrench? He did. So that's a very special wrench to fit that right there.
It's just a little guy.
And it doesn't look like there's any acetylene. So that should be open. And this tells you what your tank pressure is.
Okay.
So this is always tank pressure. Same with this one. This is your line pressure. And these, do that. Get that back. There we go. So these are a diaphragm system to control the air, the pressure going through the airline.
Gotcha.
So in this case, you can see we've got a couple of 100 pounds of oxygen here. But if I turn this in, we should see that start to lift. So now I have oxygen in here.
Oh, yeah. Couldn't hear it.
So you can increase your line pressure by using that. And that's how it fires. So you can open this up to give it more. So that's how you would get your, and they had these turned all the way in, so they were max pressure on these lines. But since there's nothing in here, this gauge unless that gauge is bad.
Oh,
I don't think there's anything in
moving
there.
a little bit.
Let's see. This. There's a mosquito.
Still mosquito season. There it is.
Alrighty.
Get away from me, you bloodsucking bitch! Alright, got one.
Lens. Oh, there is some acetylene in there.
Ah,
So that gauge needs to be
nice.
done.
So it does work. I'm not going to kill myself with it. Good. Because it's been a long time since I used the torch. Oh.
There you go.
The kill count for mosquitoes for this video is 4 so far. 4. What was that?
That was me turning off the oxygen.
Gotcha.
So, this tank has some fuel in it, which surprised me.
That's good. Fire.
That may be almost dead.
From the way he talked, it sounded like I was going to have to get the tanks refilled. Or what, do you just swap them out? They just...
Yeah, you just
Okay.
take them down and they will switch them for you. And they're usually, for this size, they should be very inexpensive, like 20, 30 bucks.
Oh, okay. And then I still need an argon tank for the MIG-TIG.
Yeah. Well, you can get a CO2. Yeah, so this one's almost dead. But that is your system.
All right, thank you.
So the other thing to do is when you're done,
Checking it out.